How now? Act 2 of Troilus and Cressida. Scene 1, a part of the Grecian camp. Thersites. Agamemnon. Agamemnon. How if he had boils? Full all over, generally? Thersites. And those boils did run. Did say so. Did not the general run then? Were not the debauchy core? Dog. Then would come some matter from him. I see none now. Though bitch wolf's son, canst thou not hear? Feel then. The plague of Greece upon thee, thou mongrel beef-witted lord. Speak then. Thou vine-wist leaven, speak. I will beat thee unto handsomeness. I shall sooner rail thee into wit and holiness, but I think thy horse will sooner con an oration than thou learn a prayer without book. Thou canst strike, canst thou? A red murrain. Oi, thy jade tricks. Toadstool, learn me the proclamation. Dost thou think I have no sense, thou strikest me thus? The proclamation. Thou art proclaimed a fool, I think. Do not, Porpentine, do not, my fingers itch. I would thou didst itch from head to foot, and I had the scratching of thee. I would make thee the loathsomest scab of Greece. When thou art forth in the incursions, thou strikest as slow as another. I say the proclamation. Thou grumblest and railest every hour on Achilles, and thou art as full of envy at his greatness as Cerberus is at Proserpina's beauty. Aye, that thou barkest at him. Mistress Thersites, thou shouldst strike him. Cobluff, he would pun thee into shivers with his fists as sailor breaks a biscuit. You whoreson cur. Do-do. Thou stool for a witch. Aye, do-do. Thou sodden-witted lord, thou hast no more brain than I have in mine elbows. And a sign, go, may tutor thee, thou scurvy valiant ass. Thou art here but to thrash Trojans, and thou art bought and sold among those of any wit, like a barbarian slave. If thou used to beat me, I will begin at thy heel, and tell what thou art by inches. Thou think of no bows. Thou, you dog, you scurvy lord, you cur, Mars, his idiot, do rudeness, do camel doo-doo. Why, how now, Ajax, wherefore do you this? How now, Thersites, what's the matter, man? You see him there, do you? Aye, what's the matter? Nay, look upon him. So I do. What's the matter? Nay, but regard him well. Well, why, so I do. But yet you look not well upon him, for whosoever you take him to be, he is Ajax. I know that fool. Aye, but that fool knows not himself. Therefore I beat thee. Lo, 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 lo. What modicums of wit he utters! His evasions have ears thus long. I have bobbed his brain more than he has beat my bones. I will buy 9 sparrows for a penny, and his pia mater is not worth the 9th part of a sparrow. This lord, Achilles, Ajax, who wears his wit in his belly and his guts in his head, I'll tell you what I say of him. What? I say, this Ajax. Nay, good Ajax. Has not so much wit. Nay, I must hold you, as will stop the eye of Helen's needle, for whom he comes to fight. Peace, fool. I would have peace and quietness, but the fool will not. He there that he, look you there. Oy, thou damned cur, I shall. Will you set your wit to a fool's? No, I warrant you, for a fool will shame it. Good words, Thersites. What's the quarrel? I bade the vile owl go learn me the tenure of the proclamation, and he rails upon me. I serve thee not. Well, go to. I serve here voluntary. Your last service was sufferance. 'Twas no voluntary, no man is beaten voluntary. Ajax was here as voluntary, and you as under an impress. Even so, a great deal of your wit, too, lies in your sinews, whereas there be liars. Hector shall have a great catch if he knock out either your brains. I were as good crack a fusty nut with no kernel. What with me too, Thersites? There's Ulysses, an old nester who lived with moldy air your ancestors, and nails to their toes, yoke you like draught oxen and make you plow up the wool. What? Yes, good sooth. To Achilles, to Ajax, to I shall cut out your tongue. 'Tis no matter, I shall speak as much as thou afterwards. No more words, Thersites, peace. I will hold my peace when Achilles bids me, shall I? There's for you, Patroclus. I will see you hanged like clappoles ere I come any more to your sin. I will keep where there is wit stirring and leave the faction of fools. A good riddance. Marry, this, sir, is proclaimed through all our host, that Hector by the 5th hour of the sun will, with a trumpet, quit our tents and Troy tomorrow morning call some knight to arms that hath a stomach, and such a one that dare maintain I know not what. 'Tis trash, Alexandria. Farewell. Farewell. Who shall answer him? I know not. It is put to lottery. Otherwise he knew his man. Oi, meaning you. I will go learn more of it. Scene 2. Troy, a room in Priam's palace. After so many hours, live speech is spent. Thus once again says Nestor from the Greeks. Deliver Helen, and all damage else, as honor loss of time, travail, expense, wounds, friends, what else dear, what is consumed. In hot digestion of this cormorant war, shall he struck off, Mark. Hector, what say you to't? Though no man lesser fears the Greeks than I, as far as touches my particular, yet dread Priam. There is no lady of more softer bowels, more spongy to suck in the fits of fear, more ready to cry out, who knows what follows. That Hector is the wound appeased, its surety secure, but modest doubt is called the beacon of the wise. The tentant searches to the bottom of the worst. Let Helen go, since the first sword was drawn about the question. Every 10th soul, amongst many thousand dismas, many thousand dames, hath been so dear as Helen. I mean of ours. If we have lost so many tenths of ours, to guard a thing not ours nor worth to us, added our name the value of 1 in 10.
Changing mags!
What merits in that reason, which denies the yielding of her up. Fie, my brother, weigh you the worth and honor of a king so great as our dread father in a scale of common ounces? Will you with counter sum the past proportion of his infinite and bulking waist, most fathomless, with spans and inches, so diminutive as fears and reasons? Fie, for godly shame. No, marvel, though you bite so sharp at reasons, you are so empty of them. Should not our father bear that great sway of his affairs with reasons? Because your speech hath none that tells him so. You are for dreams and slumbers, brother, sister, priest. You, Newman, for your gloves with reason. Here are your reasons. You know an enemy intends you harm. You know a sword employed is perilous, and reason flies the object of all harm. Who marvels, then, when Helenus beholds a Grecian and his sword, if you do set the very wings of reason to his heels, and fly like Chin, Mercury from Jove, or like a star disorbed? Nay, if we talk of reason, let's shut out gates and sleep. Manhood and honor should have hare hearts. where they put fat their thoughts with this crammed reason. Reason and respect make lives pale and lustihood deject. Stand down for now, you fools. Brother, she is not worth what she doth cost the holding. Ooh. What is aught but as 'tis valued? But value dwells not in particular will. It holds its estimate and dignity as well wherein 'tis precious of itself as in the prizer. 'Tis mad idolatry to make the service greater than the God. And the will dotes that is inclinable to what infectiously itself affects without some image of the affected merit. I take today a wife, and my election is led on the conduct of my will enkindled by my eyes and ears, two traded pilots twixt the dangerous shores of will and judgment. How may I avoid, although my will distaste what it elected? The wife I chose. There can be no evasion to blench from this and to stand for my honor. We turn not back the silks upon the merchant when we have soiled them, nor the remainder viands. We do not throw in unrespective sink because we now are full. It was thought meet Paris should do some vengeance on the Greeks. Your breath, of full consent, bellied his sails. The seas and winds, old wranglers, took a truce. And did him service. He touched the ports desired, and for an old aunt, whom the Greeks held captive, he brought a Grecian queen, whose youth and freshness wrinkles Apollo's and makes stale the morning. Why, keep we her? The Grecians keep our aunt. Is she worth keeping? Why, she is a pearl, whose price hath launched above 1,000 ships, and turned crowned kings to merchants. If you'll avouch 'twas wisdom Paris went, as you must needs, for you all cried, go, go. If you'll confess he brought some noble prize, as you must needs, for you all clapped your hands and cried, inestimable. Why do you now the issue of your proper wisdom's rate, and do a deed that fortune never did, beggar the estimation which you prize richer than sea and land? Oi thest, most base, that we ever have stolen what we do fear to keep. But thieves, unworthy of things so stolen, but in their country did them that disgrace we fear to warrant in our native place. Cry, mark, Trojans, cry. What noise, what shriek? 'Tis our mad sister, I do know her voice. Cry, Trojans, it is Cassandra. Cry, Trojans, cry, lend me 10,000 eyes, and I will fill them with prophetic tears. Peace, sister, peace. Virgins and boys, mid-age and wrinkle-eld, soft infancy that nothing canst but cry, add to my clamors. Let us pay betimes a moiety of that mass of moans to come. Cry, Trojans, cry, practice your eyes with tears. Troy must not be, nor goodly Ilion stand. Our firebrand brother, Paris, burns us all. Cry, Trojans, cry. A Helen and a woe. Cry, cry, Troy burns, or else let Helen go. Now youthful Troilus, do not these high strains of divination in our sister work some touches of remorse? Or is your blood so madly hot that no discourse of reason, not fear of bad success in a bad cause, can qualify the same? Why, brother Hector, we may not think the justice of each act such and no other than the event doth form it, nor once deject the courage of our minds, because Cassandra mad, her brain's sick raptures cannot distaste the goodness of a quarrel, which hath our several honors all engaged. To make it gracious, Asia, for my private part, I am no more touched than all my Priam sons, and Jove forbid there should be done amongst us such things as might offend the weakest spleen to fight for and maintain. Else might the world convince of levity as well my undertakings of your counsels. But I attest to the gods, your full consent raise against my proposition and cut off
Switching mags.
all fears attending on so dire a project. For what, alas, can these my single arms? What propugation is one man's valor, to stand and push enmity of those this quarrel would excite? Yet I protest, were I alone to pass the difficulties, and had as ample power as I have will, Paris should ne'er retract what he hath done, nor faint in the pursuit. Paris, you speak like one besotted on your sweet delights. You have the honey still, but these the guile, so to be valiant is no praise at all. Sir, I propose not merely to myself the pleasure such a beauty brings with it, but I would have the soil of her fair rape whipped off, and honorable keeping her. What treason were it to be ransacked, queen, disgrace to your great worth, and shame to me. Now deliver her possession up on terms of base of compulsion. Can it be that so degenerate a strain as this should once set footing in your generous bosoms? There's not the mint spirit in our party without a heart so dare, or a sword to draw when Helen is offended, nor none so noble whose life were ill bestowed, or death unfamed, where Helen is the subject. Then I say, well, may we fight for her, whom we know well the world's large spaces cannot parallel? That'll be all, folks. No, it will not. Paris and Troilus, you have both said well, and on the cause in question now in hand have glozed, but superficially, not much unlike young men whom Aristotle thought unfit to hear moral philosophy. The reasons you allege do more conduce the host passion of distempered blood than to make up a free determination twixt right and wrong, for pleasure and revenge have ears more deaf than adders to the voice of any true decision. Nature craves all dues be rendered to their owners. Now, what near debt in all humanity than wise is to the husband? If this law of nature be corrupted through affection, and that great minds of partial indulgence to their benumbed wills resist the same, there is a law in each well-ordered nation to curb those raging appetites that are most disobedient and refractory. If Helen then be wise to Sparta's king, as it is known she is, these moral laws of nature and of nations speak aloud to have her back returned. Thus to persist in doing wrong extenuates not wrong, but makes it much more heavy. Hector's opinion is this in way of truth. There she is. Nevertheless, my spiritually brethren, I propend to you in resolution to keep Helen still, for 'tis a cause that hath no mean dependence upon our joint and several dignities. Why, there you touch the life of our design. Were it not glory that we were more affected than the performance of our heaving spleens, I would not wish a drop of Trojan blood spent more in her defense. But, worthy Hector, she is a theme of honor and renown, a spur to valiant, magnanimous deeds, whose present courage may beat down our foes, and fame in time to come canonize us. For I presume brave Hector would not lose so rich advantage of a promised glory as smiles upon the forehead of his action for the wide world revenue. I am yours, you valiant offspring of great Priamus. I have a roysting challenge sent amongst the dual and factious nobles of the Greeks, will strike amazement to their drowsy spirits. I was advertised the great general slept, while emulation in the army crept. This, I presume, will wake him.
Stand by.
Let's get to work. Much appreciated.
Scene 3. How now, Thersites? What lost in the labyrinth of the fury? Shall the elephant Ajax carry it thus? He beats me, and I rail it at him. O worthy satisfaction, would it were otherwise that I could beat him, whilst he railed at me. Sfoot, I'll learn to conjure and raise devils, but I'll see some issue of my spiteful execrations. Then there's Achilles, a rare engineer. If Troy be not taken till these two undermine it, the walls will stand till they fall of themselves. Oi, thou great thunder darter of Olympus, forget that thou art Jove, the king of gods and Mercury. Lose all the serpentine craft of the caduceus, if ye take not that little less than little wit from them that they have, which short-armed ignorance itself knows is so abundant scarce, it will not in circumvention deliver a fly from a spider without drawing their massy irons and cutting the web. Those physics, bro. After this, the vengeance on the whole camp, or rather the Neapolitan bonache, for that methinks is a curse dependent on those that war for a placket. I have said my prayers, and devil envy say amen. What ho, my lord Achilles? Who's there? There's heights.
Your squad's in the safe zone.
Good Thursdays, come in and rail. If I could have remembered guilt counterfeit, thou wouldst not have slipped out of my contemplation. But it is no matter. Thyself upon thyself. The common curse of mankind. Folly and ignorance be thine in great revenue. Heaven bless thee from a tutor, and discipline come not. Near thee. Let thy blood be thy direction till the death. Then she that lays thee out says thou art a fair corpse. I'll be sworn and sworn upon. She never shrouded any but lasers. Anyway, where's Achilles? What? Art thou devout? What's thou in prayer? Aye, the heavens hear me. Who's there? Thersites, my lord. Where? Art thou come? Why, my cheese, my digestion, why hast thou not served thyself into my table so many meals? Come, what's Agamemnon? The commander Achilles. Then tell me, Patroclus, what's Achilles? The Lord. Thersites can then tell me, I pray thee. What's thyself? Thy knower Patroclus, then tell me, Patroclus, what art thou? Thou mayest tell that knowest. Oi, tell. I'll decline the whole question. Agamemnon commands Achilles. Achilles is my lord. I am Patroclus, knower, and Patroclus is a fool. You rascal. Peace, fool. I have not done. He's a privileged man. Proceed, Thersites. Agamemnon is a fool. Achilles is a fool. Thersites is a fool. And as foresaid, Patroclus is a fool. Derive this, come. Agamemnon is a fool to offer to command Achilles. Achilles is a fool to command for Agamemnon. Thersites is a fool to serve such a fool. And Patroclus is a fool positive. Why am I a fool? Make that demand to the Creator. It suffices me, thou art. Look you, who comes here? Patroclus. I'll speak with nobody. Come in with me, Thersites. Here is such patry, such juggling, and such knavery. All the argument is a cuckold and a whore. A good quarrel to draw emulous factions to bleed to death upon. Now the dry serpigio on the subject, and war and lechery confound all.
I'm all right. Let's go.
Where is Achilles? Within his tent, but ill-disposed, my lord. Let it be known to him that we are here. We send our messengers, and we lay by our appertainments visiting of him. Let him be told so, lest perchance he think we dare not move flesh and by place, or know not what we are. I shall say to him, we saw him at the opening of his tent. He is not sick. Yes, lying sick of proud heart. You may call it melancholy if you will favor the man, but by my head 'tis pride. But why? Why? Let him show us a cause, a word, my lord. What moves Ajax thus to bay at him? Achilles hath unveiled his fool from him, who Thersites he. Then will Ajax lack matter if he have lost his argument? No, you see, he is his argument that has his argument. Achilles. All the better. Their fraction is more our wish than their fraction, but it was a strong composure a fool could dissinune it. The amity that wisdom knits not fully may easily untie. Here comes Patroclus. No Achilles with him. The elephant hath joints, but none for curtsy. His legs are legs, but necessity not for flexure. Achilles bids me say he is much sorry if anything more than your sport and pleasure did move your greatness and this noble state. To call upon him, he hopes it is no other but for your health and your digestion's sake, and after dinner's breath. Hear you, Patroclus? We are too well acquainted with these answers, but his evasion, winged thus swift with scorn, cannot outvie our apprehensions of attributes he hath, and much the reason why we ascribe it to him. Yet all his virtues not virtuously on his own part beheld, do in our eyes begin to lose their gloss. Yea, like fair fruit in an unwholesome dish, are like to rot untasted. Go and tell him. We come to speak with him, and you shall not sin if you do say we think him overproud and under-honest, and self-assumption greater than in the note of judgment, and worthier than himself. Here, tend the savage strangeness he puts on. Disguise the holy strength of their command, and underwrite in an observing kind his humorous predominance. Yeah, watch his pettish loons, his ebbs, his flows, as if the passage and the whole carriage of this action rode on his tide. Go tell him this, and add that if he overhold his price so much, will none of him, but let him, like an engine not portable, lie under this report. Hilary, bring action hither. This cannot go to war. A thurant dwarf we do allowance give before a sleeping giant. Tell him so. I shall, and bring his answer presently. In second voice will not be satisfied. We come to speak him. Ulysses, enter you. That Russian, Bill, what is he more than another? No more than what he thinks he is. Is he so much? Do you not think he thinks himself a better man than I am? No question. Will you subscribe his thought, and say he is? No. No more Ajax. You are as strong, as valiant, as wise, no less noble, much more gentle, and altogether more tractable. Why should a man be proud? And how doth pride grow? I know not what pride is. Your mind is clear, Ajax, and your virtues fair. He that is proud eats up himself. Pride is his own glass, his own trumpet, his own chronicle, and whatever praises itself but in the deed, devours the deed in the praise. I do hate a proud man, as I hate the engendering of toads. Yet he loves himself. It's not strange. Achilles will not to the field tomorrow. What's his excuse? He doth rely on none, but carries on the stream of his dispose without observance or respect of any, and will peculiar and in self-admission. Why will he not upon our fair request untent his person and share the air with us? Things small is nothing for request's sake only. He makes important possessed he is with greatness, and speaks not to himself, but with a pride that quarrels of self-breath, imagined worth holds in his blood such swollen and hot discourse, that twixt his mental and his active parts, kingdom Achilles in commotion rages and batters down himself. What should I say? He's so plagued proud that the death tokens of it cry no recovery. Let Ajax go to him. Dear Lord, go you and meet him in his tent. 'Tis said, he holds you well and will be led, at your request, a little from himself. Oi, Agmenon, let it not be so. Will consecrate the steps that Ajax makes when they go from Achilles. Shall the proud lord that bastes his arrogance with his own seamen never suffer matter of the world enter his thoughts, save such as do revolve and ruminate himself? Shall he be worshipped with that we hold on idol more than he? No, this thrice worthy and right valiant lord must not so stale his palm, nobly acquired, nor by my will subjugate his merit, as amply titled as Achilles, by going to Achilles, that were to enlarge his fat already pride, and add more coals to cancer when he burns. With entertaining great Hyperion, this lord go to him. Jupiter forbid, and say in thunder, Achilles go to him. Oi, this is well, he rubs the vein of him, and how his silence drinks up this applause. If I go to him with my armed fist, I'll pash him o'er the face. Oi, no, you shall. And be proud with me, I'll fease his pride. Let me go to him. Not for the worth that hangs upon our quarrel. A paltry, insolent fellow. How he describes himself. Can he not be sociable? The raven chides blackness. I'll let his humor's blood. He will be the physician that should be the patient. And all men were mind. Wit would be out of fashion. I should not spare it so. I should eat swords first. Shall pride carry it? Aunt, would you carry half? I would have 10 shares. I will knead him. I will make him supple. He's not yet through, warm. Force him with praises. Pour in, and his ambition is dry. My lord, you freed. Too much on this dislike. Our noble general, do not do so. You must prepare to fight without Achilles. Why, 'tis this naming of him does him harm. Here is a man, but 'tis before his face I will be silent. Wherefore should you so? He is not emulous as Achilles is. Know the whole world. He is as valiant. A horse and dog that shall palter this with us. Would he were a Trojan. Would device were it in Ajax now. If you were proud, or covetous of praise. I, surely born, or strange, or self-affected. Thank the heavens, Lord, thou art of sweet composure. Praise him that he got thee, her that gave thee suck. Famed by thy tutor in thy parts of nature, thrice famed, beyond all erudition. But he that disciplined thy arms to fight, let Mars divide eternity into twain, and give him half, and for thy vigor, bull-bearing Milo in his addition yield to sinew. I can feel that, Ajax. I will not praise thy wisdom, which like a bourne, a pale, a shore, confines thy spacious and dilated parts. Here's Nestor. Instructed by the antiquary times. He must, he is, he cannot but be wise. Nestor, were your days as green as Ajax and your brain so tempered that you should not have the eminence of him, but be as Ajax, shall I call you father? I, my good son, be ruled by him. Lord Ajax, there is no tarrying here. The heart Achilles keeps thicket. Please it our great general to call together all his state of war. Fresh kings are come to Troy tomorrow. We must, with all our main of power, stand fast. And here's a lord, come knights from east to west, and call their flower. Ajax shall cope the best. Go we to council. Let Achilles sleep, light boats sail swift, through greater hulks draw deep. Act 3, Scene 1. Troy, Priam's palace. Troilus and Cressida. Friend, pray you, a word. Do not you follow the young Lord Paris? Aye, sir, when he goes before me. You depend upon him, I mean. Sir, I do depend upon the Lord. You depend upon a noble gentleman. I must needs praise him. The Lord be praised. You know me, do you not? Faith, sir, superficially. Friend, know me better. I'm the Lord Pandarus. I hope I shall know your honor better. I do desire it. You are in the state of grace. Grace? Not so, friend. Honor, lordship, and my title. What music is this? I do but partly know, sir. It is music in parts. Know you the musician? Holy sir, who play they to? To the ear, sir. Pleasure, friend. At mine, sir, there's love, music. Command, I mean friend. Who shall I command, sir? Friend, we understand not one another. I am too courtly, and thou art too cunning. At whose request do these men play? That's toot indeed, sir. Marry, sir, after Paris, there in person, with him the mortal Venus, the heart-blood of beauty, love's invisible soul. Who? My cousin Cressida? No, Sir Helen, could you not find out that by her attributes? It should seem, fellow, that thou hast not seen the Lady Cressida. I come to speak with Paris and Troilus. I will make a complimental assault upon him for my business cease. Sodden business? There's a astute phrase. Indeed. Fair be to you, my lord, and to all this fair company. Fair desires and all fair measures fairly guide them, especially to you, fair queen. Fair thoughts be your fair pillow. Dear lord, you are full of fair words. You speak your fair pleasure, sweet queen, fair prince, here is good broken music. You shall have broke it, cousin, and by my life you shall have make it whole again. You shall piece it out with a piece of your performance. Now he is full of harmony. Truly, lady, no. Oi, sir. Rude, in sooth. In good sooth, very rude. Well said, my lord. Well, you say so it fits. I have business to my lord, dear queen. Oh, there she was, she going down. My lord, will you thus chafe me a word? She's calling somebody. Hey, this shall not hedge us out. Hey, right there. Knock, knock, knock. Sigil. Sit down. Mary Poppins, sit down. We'll hear you sing, certainly. Well, sweet queen, you are pleasant with me, but marry thus my lord, my dear lord and most esteemed friend, your brother Troilus. My lord Pandarus, honey sweet lord. Go to, sweet queen, go to. Commends himself most affectionately to you.
Hunt down the enemy.
You shall not bob us out of our melody. If you do, our melancholy upon your head. Sweet queen, that's a sweet queen, I faith. And to make a sweet lady sad is a sour offense. Nay, that shall not serve your turn. That shall it not, in truth. La, nay, I care not for such words, no. And my lord, he desires you that if the king call for him at supper, you will make his excuse. My lord Pandarus, what says my sweet queen? What says my sweet queen? My very sweet queen, no. What exploits in hand? Where sups he tonight? Nay, but my lord. What says my sweet queen? My cousin will fall out with you. You must know where he sups. I'll lay my life with my disposer Cressida. No. Such matter you are wide. Come, you disposer is sick. Well, I'll make excuse. Aye, good my lord. Why should you say Cressida? No, your poor disposer's sick. I spy. You spy? What do you spy? Come, give me an instrument. Now, sweet queen. Why, this is the kindly done. My niece is horribly in love with the thing you have, sweet queen. She shall have it, my lord, if it be not my lord Paris. He, no, shall none of him. They two are twain. Falling in after falling out may make them three. Come. I hear no more of this. I'll sing you a song now. Aye, prithee now, by my troth, sweet lord, thou hast a fine forehead. Aye, you may. Let thy song be love, this love will undo us all. Oi, Cupid. Love? Aye, that it shall I faith. Aye, good now, love, nothing but love. And good troth it begins so.
Your squad made it to the safe
Taking
zone.
effective fire!
You've got gas moving in.
Love, nothing but love, still more. For the love bow shoots buck and doe, the shaft confounds not that it wounds, but tickles still the sore. These lovers cry, oi, they die. Yet that which seems a wound to kill doth turn, oi, to ha. So dying love lives still, oi, a while, but ha, oi, groans out for ha. Hi-ho. In love, I faith to the very tip of the nose. He eats nothing but doves, love, and that breeds hot blood, and hot blood begets hot thoughts, and hot thought begets hot deeds, and hot deeds is love.
Visual on buy station.
Mark, is this the generation of love? Hey, no hot blood, hot thoughts, and hot deeds. We're striking a match there. No. Why, they are vipers. Is love a generation of vipers? Sweet lord, who's afield today? Hector, Phoebus, Helenus, Antenor, and all the gallantry of Troy I would fain have armed today, but my Nell would not have it so. How chance my brother Troilus went not? He hangs the lip of something. You know all, Lord Pandarus. Not I. Honey, sweet queen, I long to hear how they sped today. You'll remember your brother's excuse? To a hair. Farewell, sweet queen. Commit me to your niece. I will, sweet queen. There come from field let us to Priam's hall, to greet the warriors. Sweet Helen, I must woo you, to help unarm our Hector. His stubborn buckles with these your white enchanting fingers touched shall more obey than to edge of steel, or for Greekish sinews. You shall do more than all the island kings disarm great Hector. 'Twill make us proud to be his servant, Paris. Yeah, what he shall receive of us in duty gives us more palm and beauty than we have. Yeah, overshines ourself. Sweet, above thought I love thee. No, sweet, seen to, sweetie. How now? Where's thy master? At my cousin Cressida's. No, sir. He stays for you to conduct him thither. Boy, here he comes. How now, how now? Sirrah, walk off. Have you been my cousin? No, Pandrus. I stalk about her door like a strange soul upon the Stygian banks, stained for waftage. Oy, be thou my carrion, and give my swift transportance to those fields where I may wallow in the lily beds. Proposed for the deserver. Oy, gentle Pandrus, from Cupid's should pluck his painted wings, and fly with me to Cressid. Walk there I the orchard, I'll bring her straight. I am giddy, expectation whirls me round, the imaginary relish so sweet that it enchants my sense. What will it be? What that the watery palate tastes indeed, love's thrice reputed nectar? Death, I fear me, swounding destruction or some joy to find. Too subtle, potent, tuned too sharp in sweetness for the capacity of my rude powers. I feared much, and I do fear besides that I shall lose distinction in my joys, as doth a battle, when they charge on heaps, the enemy flying. She's making her ready. She'll come straight. You must be witty now. She does so blush, and fetches her wind so short, as if she were afraid with a sprite. I'll fetch her. It is the prettiest villain. She fetches her breath as short as a newt sin sparrow. Even such a passion does embrace my bosom, my heart beats thicker than a favor's pulse, and all my powers do their bestowing lose, like the sow at unawares encountering the eye of majesty. Come, come, what need you blush? Shame's the baby? Here he is now. Swear the oath now to her that you have sworn to me. What, are you gone again? You must be watched ere you made tame, must you? Come your ways, and you draw backward. We'll put you the fills. Why do you not speak to her? Come draw this curtain, and let's see your picture. Alas the day, how loath you are to offend daylight. And 'twere dark, you'd close sooner. So, rub on, and kiss the mistress. How now, a kiss in fee-farm? Fifi, build there. Carpenter. The air is sweet. He's holding on right now. Nay, I can see him. He's holding on. He's shitting right now. Oh my gosh. Nay. You shall fight your hearts out ere I part you. The falcon as the tursel for all the ducks. The river, go to.
Moving here.
You have bereft me of all words, lady. Words pay no debts. Give her deeds, but she'll bereave you of the deeds too if she call your activity in question. What? Ducking down? Billing again? Here's in witness whereof the parties interchangeably come in, cardinal. I'll get a fire. Will you walk in, my lord? Oi, Cressida, how often have I wished me thus? Wish, my lord, the gods grant, oi, my lord. What should they grant? What makes this pretty abruption? What two curious
Great work.
What two curious
Peek at the next gas spread.
dreg espies my sweet lady in the fountain of our love. More dregs than water, if my fears have eyes. Fears make devils of cherubims. They never see truly. Blind fear, that seeing reason leads finds, safer footing than blind reason, summoned without fear. To fear the worst oft cures the worst. Oi, let my lady apprehend no fear. In all Cupid's pageant there is presented no monster. Nor nothing monstrous neither. Nothing but our undertakings when we vow to weep seas, live in fire, eat rocks, tame tigers, thinking it harder for our mistress to devise imposition enough than for us to undergo any difficult imposed. This is the monstrosity in love, lady, that the will is infinite and the execution confined, that the desire is boundless and the act a slave to limit. They say all lovers swear more performance than they are able, and yet reserve an ability that they never perform, vowing more than the perfection of 10 and discharging less than the 10th part 1. They that have no voice of lions and the act of hares, are they not monsters? Are there such? Such are not we. Praise us as we are tasted. Allow us as we prove. Our head shall go bare, till merit crown it. No. Perfection and reversion shall have a praise and present. We will not name desert before his birth, and being born, his addition shall be humble. Few words to fair faith. Troilus shall be such to Cressida as what envy can say worst. Shall be a mock for his truth, and what truth can speak truest, not truer than Troilus.
Reloading!
Will you walk in, my lord? What? Blushing still? Have you not done talking yet? Well, Arthur, what folly I commit, I dedicate it to you. I thank you for that. If my lord get a hold of you, you'll give him me. Be true to my lord. If you flinch, chide me for it. You know now your hostages, your uncle's word and my firm faith. Nay, I'll give my word for her too. Our kindred, through they belong ere they are wooed. They're constant being one. They are birds. I can tell you they'll stick where they are thrown. Boldness comes to me now and brings my heart. Prince Troilus, I have loved you night and day for many weary months. Why was my Cressida then so hard to win? Hard to seem won, but I was won, my lord, with the first glance that ever. Pardon me, if I confess much, you will play the tyrant. I love you now, but till now, not so much, but I might master it. In faith, I lie. My thoughts were like unbridled children, grown too headstrong for their mother. See, we fools, why have I blabbed? Who shall be true to us when we are so unsecret to ourselves? But though I loved you well, I wooed you not, and yet, good faith, I wished myself a man, or what we women had men's privilege of speaking first. Sweet bid my hold my tongue, no? For in this rapture I shall surely speak, this thing I shall repent. See, your silence, cunning, and dumbness from my weakness draws my very soul of counsel. Stop my mouth, and shall a bite sweet music issues thence. Pretty, I faith. My lord, I do beseech you, pardon me. 'Twas not my purpose thus to beg a kiss. I'm ashamed, oi heavens, what have I done? For this time will I take my leave, my lord. Your leave, sweet Cressida? Leave, and you take leave till tomorrow morning. Pray you, content you. What offends you, lady? Sir, mine own company. If you cannot shun yourself, let me go and try. I have a kind of self reside with you, but an unkind self that itself will leave to be another's fool. I would be gone. Where is my wit? I speak I know not what. Well know they would speak that speak so wisely. Perchance, my lord, I show more craft than love, and fell so roundly to a large confession to angle in your thoughts. But you are wise, or else you love not. For to be wise and love exceeds man's might that dwells with gods above. Oi, that I thought it could be in a woman. As if it can, I will presume in you to feed, for I her lamp and flames of love. To keep her constancy and plight in youth, outliving beauty's outward with a mind that doth renew swifter than blood decays, or that persuasion
Moving here.
could but
Cancel
thus
that.
convince me that my
I'll drive.
integrity and truth to you might be affronted with a matched weight of such a winnowed purity and love, or were I then uplifted, but alas, I am as true as truth's simplicity, simpler than envy of truth, and then I'll war with you, O ye virtuous fight, when right with right wars, we shall be most right, two swains and love shall endure, prove their truth by Troilus, when their rhymes full of protests of oath and big compare, once similar, truth stirred with iteration, as true as steel is planted to the moon, as sun today is turtle to her mate,
Fight for your life.
as iron to
Be ready.
adamant,
You're next.
as earth to the center, yet after all comparisons of truth, as truth's authentic author to be cited, as true as Troilus shall crown up the verse and sanctify the numbers. Prophet may you be, if I be false or swerve a hair from truth, when time is old and hath forgot itself, when water drops have worn the stones of Troy and blind oblivion swallowed cities up, and mighty states, characterless or grated, to dusty nothing, and yet let memory, false and false, among false maids and love, upbraid my falsehood, when they have said, as false
Back in the fight.
as air's water, wind, or sandy earth, all the way up, as fox to lamb, as wolf to ivor's calf, pard to the hind, or step-dame to her son. Yet let them say, to sick the heart of falsehood as false as Cressida. Go to a bargain made. Seal it, seal it. I'll be the witness. Here I hold your hand. Here my cousins, if ever you prove false one to another, since I have taken such pains to bring you together. Let all pitiful goers between be called to the world's end after my name. Call them all panders. Let all constant men be Troiluses. All false women Cressids, and all brokers between panders. Say amen. 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 Whereupon I will show you a chamber and a bed. Which bed, because it shall not speak of your pretty encounters, press it to death away. And Cupid, grant all tongue-tied maidens here bedchamber, pander to provide this gear. Scene 3, the Grecian camp. Now, princes, for the service I have done you, the advantage of the time prompts me aloud to call for recompense. Appear to your mind that through the sight I bear in things to come, I have abandoned Troy, left my possession, incurred a traitor's name, exposed myself from certain and possessed conveniences, to doubtful fortunes, sequestered from me all that time, a question, custom, and condition made tame and most familiar to my nature. And here, to do your service, have become as new into the world, strange and unacquainted. I do beseech you, as in a way of taste.
Hostile UAV in
I
the
give me
area.
now a little benefit out of those many registered and promise, which you say live to come in my behalf. What wouldst thou of us, Trojan? Make demand? You have a Trojan prisoner called Clayton.
Gas is moving in.
Yesterday
New safe
took.
zone located.
Troy holds him very dear.
Gulags closed.
Often have you think, therefore. Oh yes. Desired my crescent in right, great exchange, whom Troy hath still denied. But this antenor, I know his such a rest.
Reloading.
in rest in their affairs, that their negotiations all must alack.
Switching mags.
Wanting his manage, and they will almost give us a prince of blood, a son of Priam. In change of him, let him be sent, great princes, and he shall buy my daughter. In her presence shall quite strike off all service I have done in most accept pain. Let Diomedes bear him, and bring us Cressid hither. Calchas shall have what he requests of us. Good Diomed. Oh no. Furnish you fairly of this interchange. Withal bring word if Hector will tomorrow be answered in his challenge. Ajax is ready. This shall I undertake, and 'tis a burden which I am proud to bear. Okay, Achilles stands in the entrance of his tent. Pleaseth our general to pass strangely by him, as if he were forgot, and princes all lay negligent and loose regard upon him. I will come last. 'Tis like he'll question me, with such implausive eyes are bent on him. If so, I have derision medicinable to use between your strangeness and his pride. I have seen that ship, which his own will shall have desire to drink that ship. It may do good. Oh, order of operations, that ship, I just saw that. It may do good. Pride hath no other glass to show itself but pride. For supple knees feed arrogance, and are the poor man's thieves. Will execute your purpose and put on a form of strangeness as we pass along. Or do each lord and either greet him not. That's hard to explain. You kill the Pythagorean theorem. Or else disdainfully, which shall make him more than if not looked on. I will lead the way. What? Comes the general to speak with me? You know my mind. I'll fight no more against Troy. What says Achilles? Would he aught with us? Would you, my lord, aught with the general? My lord, the better. Good day, good day. How do you, how do you? What, does the cuckold scorn me? How does Patroclus? Good morrow, Ajax. Ha, good morrow? Aye, and good next day, too. What means these fellows? Know they not Achilles? They pass by strangely. They were used to bend to send their smiles before them to Achilles, to come as humbly as they used to creep to holy altars. What, am I poor of late? 'Tis certain greatness once fallen out with fortune must fall out with men too. What declined is, he shall as soon read in the eyes of others as feel in his own fall. For men like butterflies show not their merely wings, but the summer, and not man for being simply man. Hath an honor, but honor for those honors that are without him, as places, riches, and favors. Prizes of accident as oft as merit. Zombie. We're raising the dead, I believe. Which, when they fall, has been slippery standards. The love that's leaned on them is slippery too. Do one pluck down another, and together die in the fall. But 'tis not so with me. Fortune and I are friends. I do enjoy at ample point. At ample point all that I did possess. Look, who do, methinks, find out something not worth in me such rich beholding as they have often given? Nay, here is Ulysses. I'll interrupt his reading. How now, Ulysses? Now, great Thetis' son, what are you reading? A strange fellow here writes me. That man, how dearly ever parted. This is not strange, Ulysses. The beauty that is born here in the face the bearer knows not, but commends itself to others' eyes, nor doth the eye itself that most pure its spirit of sense. behold itself, not doing from itself, but eye to eye posts salute each other with each other's form. For speculation turns not to itself, till it hath travelled, and is mirrored there, where it may see itself. That is not strange at all. I do not strain at the position. It is familiar, but at the author's drift, who in his circumstance expressly proves that no man is lord of anything, though in any of him there is no much consisting, till he communicate his parts to others, nor doth he of himself know them for aught, till he behold them formed in the applause, no, whither extended, who like an arch reverberates. The voice again. The voice again, or like a gate of steel fronting the sun, receives and renders back. I was much wrapped in this, and apprehended here immediately. An unknown Ajax. Heavens, what a man is there, a very horse, that he knows not what. Nature what things are, most abject in regard, and dear in use. What things again most dear in the esteem and poor in worth. Now shall we see tomorrow, and act the very chance doth throw upon him. Ajax renowned, O heavens, what some men do, while some men leave to do. How some men creep in skittish fortune's hall, while others play the idiots in her eyes. How one man eats into another's pride, while pride is fasting in his wantonness. To see these Grecian lords, why even already they clap the lubber, Ajax on the shoulder, as if his foot were on the brave Hector's breast, and great Troy shrinking. I do believe it, for they passed by me as misers do by beggars. Neither gave to me good work or look. What of my deeds forgot? Time hath my lord of Warren headed back, wherein he puts aims for oblivion. A great-sized monster of ingratitudes. Those scraps of good deeds past, which are devoured, as fast as they are made, forgot as soon as done. Perseverance, dear my lord, honest life I have done, is to hang quite out of fashion, like a rusty nail in monumental mockery. Take the instant way, for honor travels in a strait so narrow, where one goes but abreast. Keep then the path, all the way. For emulation hath 1,000 sons that one by one pursue if you give way, or hedge aside from the direct forethought. Like to an entered tide, they all rush by and leave you hindmost, or like a gallant horse fallen in first rank, lie there for payment to the abject reader, or o'errun and trampled on. Then what they do in present, though less than yours in past, must o'ertop yours. For time is like a fashionable host, that slightly shakes his parting guest by the hand, and with his arms outstretched as he would fly, grasp in the comber. Welcome over smiles, and farewell goes out sighing. Oi, let's not virtue seek remuneration for the thing it was. For beauty, wit, high birth, vigor of bone, desert in service. Loved friendship, charity are subjects all to envious and culminating time. One touch of nature makes the whole world kin. For all with one constant praise newborn gods, though they are made and molded of things past, and give his dust that it is a little guilt, more laud than it guilt were dusted. The present I presents the present abject, that marvel not thou great and complete man, that all the Greeks begin to worship Ajax. That's weird, since things in motion sooner catch the eye. You have no idea. Then what's not stirred?
Yeah, this is awkward. There she is.
The cry went once on thee, and still it might, and yet it may again, if thou wouldst not entomb thyself alive, and case my reputation in thy tent, whose glorious deed but in these fields of late made emulous missions amongst the gods themselves. Ooh, there he is, and drave great Mars to faction. Of this, my privacy, I have strong reasons. But against your privacy, the reasons are more potent and heroical. 'Tis known, Achilles, that you are in love with one of Priam's daughters. Ha, known. Is that a wonder? That Providence, that in a watchful state knows almost every grain of Pluto's gold, finds bottom in uncomprehensive deeps, Helen. Keep place with thought, and almost like the gods, does thoughts unveil in their cradle. There is a mystery with whom relation durst never meddle in the soul state, nay, which hath an operation more divine than breath or pen can give expression to. All the commerce that you have had with Troy is perfectly as ours as yours, my lord. Any better would it fit Achilles much to throw down Hector than Polyxena. But it must grieve young Pyrrhus now at home, when fame shall in our islands sound her trump, and all the Grecian girls shall tripping sing, great Hector's sister did Achilles win, but our great Ajax bravely beat down him. Farewell, my lord. I as your lover speak. The fool slide o'er the ice that you should break.
Almost your turn, soldier. Stand by.
To this effect, Achilles, have I moved you. A woman impudent and mannish grown is not more loath than an effeminate man in time of action. I stand condemned for this. They think my little stomach in the war, and your great love to my restrains you thus. Sweet, rouse yourself, and the weak wanton Cupid shall from your neck unloose his amice fold, and like a dewdrop from the lion's mane be shook to air. Shall Ajax fight with Hector? Aye, and perhaps receive much honor by him. I see my reputation is at stake. My fame is to be gored. Boy then, beware. These wounds, ill men do give themselves omission to do what is necessary. Seal the commission to a blank of danger. And danger like an ague subtly taints. And then when we sit idly in the sun, go tell their sights hither, sweet Patroclus. I'll send the fool to Ajax and desire him to invite the Trojan lords after the combat to see us here unarmed. I have a woman's longing and appetite I am sick withal. To see great Hector in his weeds of peace. To talk with him and to behold his visage, even to my full view, his labor saved.
You're being tracked by an enemy
I wonder,
Evade and survive.
what? Ajax goes up and down the field. Ask for himself. How so? He must fight singly tomorrow with Hector, and is so prophetically proud of a heroically cudgeling that he raves and saying nothing. How can that be? Why, he stalks up and down like a peacock, astride and a stand, ruminates like a hostess that hath no arithmetic, but her brain, to set down her reckoning, bites his lip with a politic regard, as who should say there were wit in his head, and 'twould out. And so there is, but it lies as coldly in him as fire in a flint, which will not show without knocking. The man's undone forever, for if Hector breaks not his neck, I the combat he'll break himself in vain glory. He knows not me, I said. Good morrow, Ajax, and he replies, thanks, Agamemnon. What think you of this man that takes me for the general? He's grown a very landish, languageless, a monster, a plague of opinion. A man may wear it on both sides like a leather jerkin. Thou must be my ambassador to him, Thersites. Who I? Why, he'll answer nobody. He possesses no answer, and speaking is for beggars. He wears his tongue in his arms. I will put on his presence. Let Patroclus make a demand to me, and you shall see the pageant of Ajax. To him, Patroclus, Tell him I humbly desire the valiant Ajax to invite the most valorous Hector to come unarmed to my tent, and to procure safe conduct for his person of the magnanimous and most illustrious 6 or 7 times honored Captain General of the Grecian army, Agamemnon of Caesar of Caesarea. Do this. Jove, bless you, great Ajax.
Someone buy me back in.
Hum. I come from the worthy Achilles, who most humbly desire you to invite Hector to his tent, and to procure safe conduct from Agamemnon.
Someone buy me back in.
Agamemnon! My
Check your
lord.
map. A box of point containing
say you
enemy
toot.
intel nearby. Capture it for information on the next gas spread.
God we be you with all my heart, your ancestors.
Changing mags.
If tomorrow be a fair day, by 11 o'clock it will go one way or the other, howsoever he shall pay for me ere he has me. Your answer, sir. Fare you well, with all my heart. Why, but he is not in this tune, is he? No, but he's out of tune now. What the music would be in him, that's not out his brains. I know not, but I am not sure.
Someone buy me back in.
Die a better death than this.
Thanks.
Nonetheless, a fiddler, Apollo got his news to make captains on.
Loadout drops on the way.
Come, come, thou shalt bear a letter to him straight. Let me bear another to his horse, for that's the more capable creature.
Gas is inbound. Mark
My mind is troubled like a fountain stirred, and I myself see not the bottom of it.
Someone buy me back. Taking effective fire.
Would the fountain of your mind work clear again, that I might water and ask at it? I'd rather be a take in a deep. I'd rather be a take in a deep than such a bad ignorant.
incoming LDG.
I'm reloading.
No.
and get back out there.
Okay, I have some religious texts as well. They're not very long. I only did like 2 chapters. I did a whole chapter of the Quran. Pull up a painting or play a game. I'll play a game. I'll play a game. I didn't realize it was going to take so long. I'm going to wait till we get into the game to start it. I have that text. Yeah, I definitely like this, dude. I like how they did the 20 games of top 15 to get to the ranked. That kind of separates people a little bit better. I mean, it's not hard to do, but I mean, you just can't. But still, there's still that extra step, you know? It sits well. Wish this would hurry up so we get in this religious text, the Quran. I did more Quran than I did Bible. I only did like 2 chapters of the Bible. And let me tell you, whenever I did them, you can hear their voices. So they recorded their own voices. I can feel them. They have their voices. David, not so much. Solomon, yes. The Quran would be Solomon. He was angry. I think I mentioned that. You could feel it. If he was like shouting at me at first. So that was definitely there. However, I would be the original, so I would override that. So,
Here we go. We'll do a short segment here. I said I was going to do this. I don't know. I don't remember where I'm at. It's Jeremiah 30, chapter 30 of Jeremiah. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord God of Israel, saying, Write thee all of the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. For lo, the day comes, saith the Lord, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. For thus said the Lord, We have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, not of
Check
peace.
weapons and gear. We're holding
Ask
the
ye now,
deployment.
and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman travail, and all faces are turned into paleness? Dude, that's fucked up. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass, no, in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. For they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed. Oi, Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, saith the Lord, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations. Though I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. Oh my goodness.
Taking effective fire!
But I will correct thee in measure.
Enemies dropping into the AO.
But I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. For thus said the Lord, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wounds grievous. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine.
I'm hit!
All thy lovers have forgotten
Enemy
thee.
soldier
They seek
incoming.
me not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of thy enemy, with the chastisement of the cruel one, with the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased. Why criest thou for thine affliction, thou sorrows incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity? Because thy sins were increased? I have done these things unto thee. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after.
Gas is closing on your position.
Thus said the Lord, Behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents, and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them, and make merry, and I will multiply them, and they shall not. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Their children also shall be as aforetime, as their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. And their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governor shall proceed from the midst of them, and I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, saith the Lord? And ye shall be my people, and I will be your God.
Primary objective is to eliminate all targets.
Behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury. A continuing whirlwind, it shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he hath done it, and until he hath performed with the intent of his heart. In the latter day ye shall consider it. Chapter 31. At the same time, said the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Alright, we'll do a Quran verse. I don't remember where I'm at. I think it was 24, a nerd. We'll do 29. So, Quran chapter 29. So this is Solomon. Son, sit down now. I'm gonna go ahead and tell this boy. He's getting frisky on me. This guy's a fighter. Oh my gosh. How now? Go ahead and end this.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Alif Lam Mim.
Changing mags!
Do people think once they say we believe that they will be left without being put to the test? We certainly tested those before them, and in this way Allah will clearly distinguish between those who are truthful and those who are liars. Or do the evildoers simply think that they will escape us? How wrong is their judgment. Whoever hopes for the meeting with Allah, let them know that Allah's appointed time is sure to come. He is all-hearing, all-knowing. And whoever strives in Allah's cause only does so for their own good. Surely Allah is not in need of any of his creation. As for those who believe and do good, we will certainly absolve them of their sins and reward them according to the best of what they used to do. We have commanded people to honor their parents. But if they urge you to associate with me what you have no knowledge of, then do not obey them. To me you will all return, and when I will inform you of what you used to do, those who believe and do good will surely be admitted by us into the company of the righteous. There are some who say, we believe in Allah, but when they suffer in the cause of Allah, they mistake this persecution at the hands of people for the punishment of Allah. But when victory comes from your Lord, they surely say to the believers, we have always been with you. Does Allah not know best what is in the hearts of all beings? Allah will certainly distinguish between those who have sure faith and the hypocrites. The disbelievers say to the believers, just follow our way and we will bear the burden of your sins. Dude, But they would never want to bear any of the believers' sins. They are simply lying. Yet they will certainly be made to carry their own burdens, as well as other burdens along with their own. And they will surely be questioned on Judgment Day about what they used to fabricate. Indeed, we sent Noah to his people, and he remained among them for 1,000 years, less 50. Then the flood overtook them while they persisted in wrongdoing. But we delivered him and those in the ark, making it a sign for all people. And remember, when Abraham said to his people, worship Allah and fear him. No, this is better for you, if only you knew. You worship besides Allah nothing but idols. simply creating lies about them. Those you worship besides Allah certainly cannot give you any provision. So seek provision from Allah alone, worship Him, and be grateful to Him. No. To Him you will all be returned. If you Meccans persist in denial, so did many communities before you. The messenger's duty is only to deliver the message clearly. Have they not seen how Allah originates the creation, then resurrects it? That is certainly easy for Allah. Say, O Prophet, travel throughout the land and see how He originated the creation. Then Allah will bring it into being one more time. Surely Allah is most capable of everything. He punishes whoever He wills and shows mercy to whoever He wills, and you will all be returned to Him. That's odd, and you cannot escape Him on earth or in heaven, nor have any protector or helper besides Allah. As for those who disbelieve in Allah's signs and the meeting with Him, I'm good on all that. It is they who will have no hope in His mercy, and it is they who will suffer a painful punishment. But the only response of Abraham's people was to say, "Kill him or burn him." But Allah saved him from the fire. Surely in this are the signs of people who believe. He said to His people, "You have taken idols for worship instead of Allah, only to keep the bond of harmony among yourselves in this worldly life. But on the day of judgment you will disown and curse one another.
Loading fresh mag.
Your home will be the fire, and you will have no helper." So Lot believed in Him, and Abraham said, "I am communicating in obedience to my Lord. He alone is indeed the Almighty, all-wise, Noah." We blessed him with Isaac and later Jacob, and reserved prophethood and revelation for his descendants. We gave him his reward in this life, and in the hereafter he will certainly be among the righteous. Okay. And remember, when Lot rebuked the men of his people, you certainly commit a shameful deed that no man has ever done before you. Do you really lust after other men? Abuse the travelers and practice immortality openly in your gatherings? His people only respond to this mockingly. Bring Allah's punishment upon us if what you say is true. Nay. Lot prayed, "My Lord, help me against the people of corruption." When our messenger angels came to Abraham with the good news of the birth of Isaac, they said, "We are going to destroy the people of the city of Sodom, for its people have persisted in wrongdoing." He said, "But Lot is there."
Be advised, your squad is down. It's up to you now.
They responded,
The enemy took that one.
"We know best who is there. We will certainly save him and his family, except his wife, who is one of the doomed."
Warriors, your RTB.
And when our messenger angels came to Lot, he was distressed and worried by their arrival. They reassured him, "Do not fear, nor grieve. We will surely deliver you and your family, except your wife, who is one of the doomed." We are certainly bringing down a punishment from heaven upon the people of the city for their rebelliousness. And we did leave some of its ruins as a clear lesson for people of understanding. Bermuda Triangle. And to the people of Midian we sent their brother Shu'aib.
Check your gear and weapons. Deploy shortly. Enemy soldier incoming.
Reloading!
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I'm reloading!
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
He said, "O my people, worship Allah and hope for the reward of the last day, and do not go about spreading corruption in the land." But they rejected him. To an overwhelming earthquake struck them, and they fell lifeless in their homes. And the people of Ad and Thamud met a similar fate, which must be clear to you, Meccans, from their ruins. Satan made their evil deeds appealing to them,
Gas closing in fast. Double
hindering
time.
from the right way, although they were capable of reasoning.
Marking contract. I was at
We also destroyed Korah, Pharaoh, and Haman indeed. Moses had come to them with clear proofs, but they behaved arrogantly in the land, yet they could not escape us. So we seized these people in their sin. Against some of them we sent a storm of stones. Some were overtaken by a mighty blast, some we caused the earth to swallow, and some we drowned. I would not have wronged them, but it was they who wronged themselves. The parable of those who take protectors other than Allah is that of a spider spinning a shelter, and the flimsiest of all shelters is certainly that of a spider. If only they knew,
Your squad mate is marked as a most wanted
Allah
target.
surely knows that whatever gods they invoke besides him are simply nothing, for he is the Almighty, all-wise. These are the parables we set forth for humanity, but none will understand them except the people of knowledge. Allah created the heavens and the earth for a purpose. Surely in this a sign for the people of faith. Recite what has been revealed to you of the book of an established prayer indeed. A genuine prayer should deter one from indecency and wickedness. The remembrance of Allah is an even greater deterrent. And Allah fully knows what you all do. Do not argue with the people of the book unless gracefully, except with those of them who act wrongfully, and say, "We believe in what has been revealed to us and what was revealed to you. Our God and your God is only one, and to him we fully submit." Similarly to earliest messengers, we have revealed to you a book, O Prophet. The faithful of those to whom we gave the scriptures believe in it, as do some of these pagan Arabs, and none denies our revelations except the stubborn disbelievers. You, O Prophet, could not read any writing even before this revelation, nor could you write at all. Otherwise, the people of falsehood would have been suspicious. I need to learn Egyptian. What is it? It's the only thing we don't know, I think, sir. Egyptian. Is it the bird noises? But this Quran is a set of clear revelations preserved. Preserved in the hearts of those gifted with knowledge. And none deny the revelations except the stubborn wrongdoers. They say, if only some signs had been sent down to him from his Lord. Say, O prophet, signs are only with Allah, and I am only sent with a clear warning. Is it not enough for them that we have sent down to you the book, which is recited to them? Surely in this Quran is a mercy and reminder for people who believe. Or not. Putin. Say, O prophet, sufficient is Allah as a witness between me and you. He fully knows whatever is in the heavens and the earth. And those who believe in falsehood and disbelieve in Allah, it is they who are the true losers. They challenge you, O prophet, to hasten the punishment. Had it not been for a time already set, the punishment would have certainly come to them at once. But it will definitely take them by surprise when they least expect it. They urge you to hasten the punishment, and hell will certainly encompass the disbelievers. On the day of the punishment will overwhelm them from above them and from below their feet. And it will be said, reap what you sowed. Oi, my believing servants. Oi, my earth is truly spacious, so worship me alone. Every soul will taste death, then to us you will all be returned. As for those who believe and do good, we will certainly house them in elevated mansions in paradise in which rivers flow to stay there forever. How excellent is the reward for those who work righteousness, those who patiently endure and put their trust in the Lord. How many are the creatures that cannot secure their provisions? It is Allah who provides to them, and you as well. He is indeed the all-hearing, all-knowing.
I'm reloading.
I'll ask them, O prophet, who created the heavens and the earth, who subjected the sun and the moon for your benefit. They will certainly say Allah. How can they be deluded from the truth?
Fading here.
Okay. Allah gives abundant or limited provisions to whoever He wills of His servants.
Squad mate has entered the
Surely
gulag.
Allah
You'll
has
need
full
to survive
knowledge
to
of
redeploy.
everything.
Enemy airstrike in the area.
And if you ask them who sends down rain from the sky, Arabia, giving life to the earth after its death,
They redeploy.
they will surely say Allah. Say praise to be to Allah. In fact, most of them do not understand. This worldly life is no more than play, an amusement, but the hereafter is indeed the real life, if only they knew. If they happen to be aboard a ship, caught in a storm, they cry out to Allah alone in sincere devotion. But as soon as He delivers them safely to shore, they associate others with Him once again. No.
Welcome to the gulag. Fight to win.
So let them be
redeployment.
ungrateful for all we have given them, and let them enjoy themselves for now, for they will soon know. Have they not seen how we have made Mecca a safe haven, for whereas people all around them are snatched away? How can then they believe in falsehood and deny Allah's favors? And who does more wrong than those who fabricate lies against Allah or reject the truth after it has reached them? Is hell not a fitting home for the disbelievers? As for those who struggle in our cause, we should guide them along our way, and Allah is certainly with good doers.
I'm reloading.
I thank you.
You gave it a solid try. Time to head back to base.
Supply me back. I'm ready. Waypoint marked. Move.
You've got a loadout drop inbound. Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Gas is inbound.